It's getting harder, you tear my heart up, throw me in water. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need to. No one knows it, heart is frozen from your poison. Taking the potion, just to feel ya, cause I miss you. Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're nothing. Oh,
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that I'm
overdosing.
I think that I'm
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that I'm
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that I'm it's getting stronger, can't take no longer, walking on fire. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need you. Feels like I'm burning a little bit more, just a little bit more now. Taking the potion, just to feel ya, cause I need you. Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're not meant. Oh, I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing.
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that
I think I'm overdosing.
it's getting stronger. I think that
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that
I think I'm overdosing.
that I'm
Overdosing. 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 I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing.
It's getting harder, you tear my heart up, throw me in water. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need to. No one knows it, heart is frozen from your poison. Taking the potion, just to feel ya, cause I miss you. Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're nothing. Oh,
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that I'm
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that I'm
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that I'm
I think I'm overdosing.
I think that it's getting stronger, can't take no longer, walking on fire. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need you. Feels like I'm burning a little bit more, just a little bit more now. Taking the potion, just to feel ya, cause I need you. Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're not meant. Oh, I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing.
I think I'm overdosing.
'cause it numbs, feel the fire. We're come. Never back down.
Mark the location. Help!
Nice, nice. Double confidence. Good play. ভাই আমি চেষ্টা করছিলাম করে বসানোর ভাই।
এই নিয়ে হোল্ড করো, যদি পাওয়ারটা আসছে তখন আর লোকেশন আমি পাইনি।
Watch out!
নাম্বার 4 এর মারলো কোথাকে? নাম্বার 4 এর ওদিকে নেই। একটা ক্লিয়ার লাস্ট।
Watch out!
হ্যাঁ তাহলে জন্য ক্লিয়ার। আড্ডাও মরবে, আড্ডাও মরবে।
আমি
আগে ধরো আর
আমি নক দিয়ে রাখছি একটা পিছনে আসতে আসতে
Watch out!
ওর রিভাইভে যাইতেছে। আমি হিলিং করছি।
ক্লিয়ার।
পিছনে খেলা একটা শেষ করার দিকে
ওটা মেরে ফেলবো অনেক।
Watch out!
আর একটা গাড়ি আছে। আমি উঠতেছি।
আমি নিচে আছি। তাহাও মাটি গাড়িটা গেল কই? ভাই
Watch out!
আমারে মারলো সেটা, আমার ছাদের থেকেও মারছে। আমার
একটা মারছি ওই বাড়ির থেকে
Watch out!
ঘরের ধরে আমি ড্যামেজ দেওয়া রাখছিলাম। অনটা কোন জায়গায় চালাই
ওই ঘরে তোমরা তো বেশি দূরে দূরে যাই না। ওই দাদা ওই স্মোকার আছে।
Watch out!
মনে তো হয় না ডাইরেক্ট কিল হয়ে গেছে।
Watch out!
আগাও। That's it. Continue open door. Mark কোন সাইডে?
Location.
কইলাম যে গাড়িটা দাঁড় করতে। আবার
enemy
কপি আরো আছে গুরুটা এখন আছে জায়গায় আমরা মস্তি ওই জায়গায় গেছে আমার ওই ধরে ডিলিট করে।
সমস্যা নাই দাদা, তোমার ফোনের প্রতিশোধ আমরা নেব। তোমাকে আমরা মাইনাস খেতে দেব না।
কেমনে
তোমার ভূমিকা আমরা তোমরা
ড্রপ এনিমি কি করবি ওকে আরো এনিমি
কভার। আমি ওকে হেডশট দিয়েছি।
প্লেয়ার ক্লোজিং করতেছে।
কোনোদিন পর না ওরা আমি দাঁড়ান।
দুইটাই এই সিক্স ফেস করে কেনে
না এটা
নাইস রাশ দিল। আরে হিলিং কর তাড়াতাড়ি আইছে সমস্যা। দুইটা
Watch out!
আর একটা পিছনে 0 এসপি
আমার একজন ধরেন
নাম্বার 3 রিভাইভ
নাম্বার 3 ফার্স্ট ব্রো।
Come on, bro. You can do it. Okay.
আমাদের সামনে থেকে কভার দেন।
নিচে পাওয়ার স্টোন আমার সামনে একটা
Watch out!
So, where are you headed? Not the talkative type, eh? That's okay. Most people I pick up are just waiting for their turn to talk. Want a raisin? They're from my farm.
You don't look so good.
Guess those things don't agree with you yet. Strange. They're Thompson seedless. Good raisins. We still farm more of those in California than anywhere on Earth. You want to know the clearest evidence that reality isn't real? Raisins and grapes, man. They're the same thing, but they taste disgusting when eaten together. Obvious bug in the program there, right? Memory is a slippery thing. Think about when somebody asks you about this ride later, assuming you even know where you're going, and get someplace where somebody can ask you. Hey, how'd you get here anyway? They'll ask you. Oh, I hitched. And your brain will flash back for a second when you say this. And it'll show you a frozen snapshot of yourself, sitting in this car, talking to me like we are right now. But which moment will it actually show you? Will it be this one? Or this one? Or this one? We think we remember how people really were, how our lives together really were. But when we think back to them, even the people we cared about the most, all we're doing is snatching moments out of the air. Just grabbing another raisin out of the box. My wife. She's dead now, but you probably guessed that. Thanks, but you don't look like you're doing so well yourself. Takes one to know one, right? I can always spot someone who's grieving along this highway. They usually stand on the road with a dazed look on their face and their thumb up in the air. No, I don't know you. Just know the type. My wife? If I'm totally honest with you, I don't really remember what she looked like. Remember everything about her. Just not her face. Some people have faces that are easy to remember. Doesn't seem fair. Sure, it's not as easy as people think. I'll give you an example. You think you're present in the moment? You've been talking to me for a few minutes now. What color are my eyes? Nope. Well, like I said when I picked you up, some people are just waiting until it's their turn to talk. Hey, kid. Do me a favor and close the window, would you? Hey, kid, how about closing that window? That's better. Now, where were we? Yeah, fair number. But after a while, you start seeing the same few archetypes over and over. What you got there? That's my number. I used to leave those all over my car in case my car got lost. Somebody found it. But yeah, feel free to call me anytime you get in trouble. So, where were we? You got the numbnuts Kerouac fans. You got your autodidact blowhards. They'll talk your ears off. You got a lot of people from Cincinnati for some reason. You got your deadheads trying to get to some concert someplace. And then there's the water bottle person, always worrying that they're going to run out of water before they get where they're going. Still, you're the first hitcher I ever picked up who doesn't have a destination. Copernicus. Well, seems like the right name for a guy who's traveling the world without knowing where he's going. You just sit back, Copernicus, and invent a language where false statements are impossible. What? Oh, I stand corrected. You know, when I was a kid, my brother and I used to drive our parents crazy on long drives like this. Our folks wouldn't let us listen to the radio in the car. So we used to make up these songs about food on long drives to pass the time. We had this one with about 30 verses, each about a different kind of grain. Oh yeah, that drove Mom and Dad crazy. Actually, I'm beginning to understand my parents' perspective. Getting older's funny. It's like reading a book where less and less happens, but the writing gets better and better. Thanks. I got it from an app. It's this app with philosophical sayings. My wife got it for me, to make me sound smarter. She had a way with words. Yeah. We used to have a strict division of labor back when we worked together. She would raise the grape from the time it appeared on the vine, and I'd step in as soon as it was time to start drying them. Our customers used to have fun with that. I'm the dry one, they'd say. Grapes attract a certain kind of person. A person who likes to tell jokes. Wine enthusiasts, tourists, people who like to talk. There's a photo in that glove box there of us, standing in front of our trailer. It was in a magazine. One of those stories about vanishing farmers that always pulls heartstrings with the rest of the country. Well, I never opened the glove box myself. It's kind of a superstition of mine. But help yourself. Here, let me give you a hand with that. There's a photo in that glove box there of us, standing in front of our trailer. Hey, where'd you get that? That's not her. And that guy there, he looks like you. I don't know. I was going to ask you the same question, Copernicus. Did he? Who gave this to you? Well, I guess it belongs to you. You'd better hold on to it. What woman? Well, oh, her. Well, hard to say. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. What's that black thing in the glove box anyway? What's that black thing in the glove box anyway?
You are Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov. In 1961, you were selected for the Shukovgrad Interonaut Exploration Program SSSR. Despite failing your basic physical and being caught cheating on your entrance exams, on the morning of the 12th of April 1962, you boarded a rocket drill containing the experimental device Little-Orpheus, with the purpose of descending through the Earth's crust to discover the relative hollowness of the interior and its suitability for colonization.
No, you've lost me, General. Did I do what?
You and Little-Orpheus were dropped into an extinct volcano to drill to the center of the Earth and find out if we could establish a city there. Note, if you will, that this date is over 3 years ago.
Romjan 61.
Ivan Ivanovich, can you describe Little-Orpheus to me?
Of course. It was large and round and had something of a disagreeable smell.
I was referring to its technical specification.
Well, General, I am no man of science, but it had this radio thing that I was supposed to use to let the surface know I had arrived, and some sort of battery wrapped in this lead box. But I was told to not touch anything under any circumstances, and I did notice the engineers who worked on it were quite a shifty bunch.
The Little-Orpheus device contained a radio transmitter capable of sending a signal through miles of solid rock. In order to boost this, a powerful energy source was required. An atomic bomb, Comrade Privalov. An atomic bomb that you have lost somewhere below the Earth's crust.
Yes, that bomb. Of course, General. I can explain everything. But it is a long and somewhat complicated story. And let me assure you, this is not a case of milking chickens. But you won't understand where your bomb and Little-Orpheus has ended up unless I start at the very beginning and you let me tell you where I've been for the last 3 years.
From the beginning, then. But this had better be good.
Good, General. It's more than good. It's extraordinary. And it began like this. An extraordinary sight. I realized this must be the fabled land of Plutonia, as documented by the brilliant scholar Obruchev. A trail of destruction carved by the rocket drill led down into the wild and mysterious jungle. The rocket drill itself must have snapped in half somewhere below Kamchatka, and Little-Orpheus bounced out and became lost in that prehistoric forest. If I was ever to get home, my mission was clear: to find Little-Orpheus. I steeled myself and plunged deeper into that prehistoric jungle where insects the size of dogs buzzed around.
Dogs. What sort of dogs?
I beg your pardon, General?
Large dogs or small dogs? Big like an ovcharka or small like a barlonka?
Does it really matter?
Of course. Detail is all important.
Ovcharka then, General. The size of an ovcharka.
I find that very...
Another part of the rocket drill. But still no sign of Little-Orpheus. I could see huge beasts, larger and more ancient than any known to our modern times. Could it be that Obruchev was right? And deep below the Earth's surface, prehistoric monsters still roam freely?
Yes, but Little-Orpheus.
The terrible lizard intent on making a snack of me was none other than the most awful of the monsters, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, now you are an expert on dinosaurs.
Oh, hardly an expert, General. Just educated by the best schools in the world, like all good socialists. And I remembered one crucial thing.
I'm listening.
Well, its greed is without bottom, its hunger is ferocious, but its brain is absolutely tiny. So, it can roar and roar as much as it likes, but it will never be a match for the sharpened mind of the good Soviet worker. All I needed was a plan to outwit the monster. Imagine my shock and surprise to find in that clearing the last part of the rocket drill. More shocking was the fact it had been ransacked. Someone had made off with the tools, the weapons, the rations, and the spare parts for the Pragviev. I began to suspect foul play. Perhaps Little-Orpheus was not lost at all, but stolen. All I could do was follow the trail further into Plutonia.
So we all agree this was the fabled land of Plutonia, do we? I don't remember accepting that.
I will admit it might not have been Plutonia if you are prepared to accept the dinosaur.
This isn't a negotiation, Ivan Ivanovich.
General, you can disagree all you like, but there's very little you can do to persuade me it wasn't a dinosaur.
I might not be able to persuade you, but I can always have you sure. You hid in an egg.
Yes, General. I hid in an egg.
I am glad to hear your military training was not wasted. If only I had a single legion of men as brave and ingenious as you, with only 100 men equipped with eggs to hide in, we could roll across Europe in a day.
General, are you mocking me?
You are as sharp as you are brave, Tavarish.
Couldn't believe it. I still struggle to believe it. A whole lost city, buried in that jungle deep below the crust of the earth. Who would have thought it was possible?
Who indeed? It is, of course, a shame you didn't think to record the moment for posterity and help us all to get over our disbelief.
But I did, General, I did. My training was excellent, and I immediately took out my komsomolets and began to document all I could.
So, Where is this camera now, then?
Ah, General, yes. What of course I meant to say was my training was excellent, and I immediately reached for my camera, only to realize it must have been torn from my utility belt in the crash and lost forever in that forgotten jungle. Horrendous beast had returned and was hungrier than ever.
Perhaps it was angry it had been fooled by an egg-wearing idiot.
That is unkind, General. It may have been small of brain, but it was grand of stature.
Whereas you, Ivan Ivanovich, are lacking in both departments. Presuming there were no more eggs to hide in, did you have a new plan? What
did,
was
General.
this brilliant plan?
I ran like hell, General.
Will our intrepid yet doomed hero survive the jaws of the ferocious dinosaur? Will he meet his end miles underground as an aperitif for a ravenous raptor? What dark secrets could be buried in the lost city of Agatha? Will the general ever discover the location of his lost bomb? All of these questions and more will be answered in the next exciting episode of